Are you wondering, how does libido work? I feel like I can't have any control on my sex drive and I feel confused how it works. Sometimes I would love to have it higher and sometimes lower. And my partner, what's up with them? So you might be like a little bit confused, right? How libido works and how sex drive works. Well, in this video, I'm gonna share with you the science behind sex drive so that you can have more control, more choice around it and make choice in your life that can influence it in one way or the other. I'm Elisa Caro, a sex and relationship coach. And if you would like to have more orgasmic, fulfilling, ecstatic sex, you are in the right place. So many people are really feeling confused and frustrated with their sex drive. Either it's too high or too low or doesn't turn on when they want it to turn on. A client of mine, Elena, she was feeling really puzzled, like she was doing so many things to bring variety in her sex life and she just felt very confused and feel like she didn't have any control over it. Today, I'm gonna share with you the dual model control, which was developed in Kinsey Institute by Eric Jessen and John Bancroft already like 30 years ago, and we literally don't talk about it enough. There is not enough information about conscious sexuality and in general around way in which we can relate in a healthy way to our sex life. So according to the dual model control, it's already said by the name, there are two different systems, right? One is the excitation system, sexual excitation system, SES, and one is the sexual inhibitory system, SIS. And so what's happening is that one is scanning the environment to find like reason to get turned on, reason to activate sexually, reason to get aroused. And those reasons could be the smell of your partner, it could be like an image that you're seeing, it could be a thought that crosses your mind, it could be the way you're getting in touch, so many different ways, right? And reasons. And it's just like keep scanning the environment. You don't even know that it's there until you find yourself turned on. And then there is the sexual inhibitory system. And please, if you're enjoying this video, give a thumb up and subscribe to the channel because I'm sharing about awesome topics on conscious sexuality and tantra all the time. So if you're starving, if you're like, you want to know more about it, please subscribe. The second one is the sexual inhibitory system. And the sexual inhibitory system is scanning the environment for reason to not be turned on. And then could look like, I don't know, like your mom entering the room, or unwanted pregnancy, or fear of intimacy, or fear of not performing that good, or fear of not being able to orgasms, or self-consciousness about how you look like. So all of those like thoughts, all of those type of concerns are actually like putting a brake in your arousal. Let me give you an example that Emily Nagoski gives in the book Come As You Are. It's so wonderful. It's like you're driving a car and imagine that the accelerator is like your sexual excitation system and the brakes is like your sexual inhibitory system. And so if you're at the same time, like have your foot on the pedal brake and at the same time accelerate, guess what? The car is not gonna be moving. And so what we want is to first lift the foot from the brake and then accelerate. Because if we have both activate, then we're not gonna move. And this is pretty amazing because most people are thinking, how can I boost up my libido, my sex drive, my mood by just looking for reason to get more turned on, like buy a new toy, put in lingerie, booking an hotel room, whatever it is. But at the same time, they actually need to look first. What might be the reason why their brake are on, why their inhibitory system are on? That could be, as I said, performance anxiety. That could be like self-consciousness about how you look, really like not loving your appearance or feeling like disgusted by sex or feeling disgusted by how your yoni smell. And so there could be like a number of reasons that you might want to work with before you actually trying to accelerate more. Does it make sense? So summarizing, the science of our libido, how does it work? With a sexual excitation system, the accelerator, and the sexual inhibitory system, the brakes. And we need first to turn off the brake and then to put our awareness into how to become even more aroused. And if you would like to explore more conscious sexuality, understanding like really how sexuality works, I almost feel like pleasure school, pleasure classes should be done when we are at school. Then join my online course, The Sexually Liberated Woman, and you will really understand how female sexuality works and get so many like mind-blowing theory and just like understanding about how anatomy works and exercises and practices and things that you can do to awaken more sensitivity, become more orgasmic, and really live the sex life you always have dreamed of.